How you doing? I also figured that too with David, Mandy. It's, what I had to write was a personal philosophy. This is a rubric for it.
Assessing and enjoying the development of learning. State of philosophy. Clearly state reflects deep understanding of child assessment. See is personalized and plays a role. Growth. It's practical. Practical understanding of claims. Organization content sentences, paragraphs, coherent flow information, margins, font, size 12 page numbers,
Um, I think from that format part, I don't have the subtitle for my paper right now.
All right.
Um, yeah, this is so called. I have written like about 5 pages here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I so called do have examples in here of the little tables I did for another class
Mm-hmm.
assessment. And yeah.
So is the question whether everything you have so far is meeting the requirements, or
Yeah, meeting the requirements and where I would put my so-called subtitles for the paper. Yeah.
okay, well, we can start with the subtitles first because it's a bit easier. So the initial question would be, is this an APA format or MLA?
APA.
So presumably subtitles is going to be following subheadings, and they're just changing the word. And in terms of how it's going to look, generally the top heading is going to be in the center, title case, so on and so forth. Similar to your title itself. Usually the title is not underlined, but if your professor said that you should do so, then perfectly fine. But the important thing is you can use the same format you see here for your subtitles. And if you go and look at the rubric, you can just use each of those requirement sections as the subtitle heading. And so to just sort of create a dummy document, you effectively will end up with Control Shift C, Control Shift with Control Bone, introduction. Of course, you'd have your text, and when the introduction section would finish, you would then just copy the format again, statement, and smaller, fill in your information throughout your document. And these would be effectively your subtitles or subheading. So not too much work, and you can, when you finish, maybe put them in. But that's all that portion is referring to. The important thing to remember is, it depends on the level, right? So since only level 1, it's going to be centered, bold, and title case. If you have a particularly long or involved section where, say, in the statement of philosophy, you're going to talk about 2 things, say, I guess since, I'm saying, thing B, then what you can do when you talk about each thing is use another subheading, but then it's going to now be at level 2. This is the format you would follow. And so you have that. This would be like an introductory paragraph, so it's telling you part A, but you're talking about thing A, subheading A, your text is normal. definitions. Subheading. Thing B, all within this section of statement of philosophy. And then, of course, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So that would take care of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think for me, like, would I put a heading for the example, or
Yeah. You can put a heading for each one of those sections, 1 through 4, because the conclusion can have its own. Do you have to copy the words verbatim? No. But it just helps break up the section and makes the paper, more digestible.
okay.
And parroting the language given on the rubric is a useful tool because then your teacher knows what they're reading at every stage of the paper and can grade it more easily and generally more favorably because they know what they're supposed to be looking for at that portion of the paper.
Okay. For this, the third part here, and when I was typing it, I wasn't sure, like, did I need to do extra research or what. I have this okay for it.
Right, so let's see. Practical/hypothetical examples reflect clear understanding of the personal philosophy and support claims made. Based off of the final portion to support claims made, you may not necessarily have to do external research, but you will still have to sort of have evidence that you cite. For example, if during this class or a previous class you've learned things, and that's the support you're using in defense of your claims, then you're going to cite those works. And so if that is sufficient, you won't have to look elsewhere. But if that's not the case, then yes, you will have to do some external research to find evidence that supports the sort of philosophy that you are choosing to discuss.
Okay, because there was one of these, like a helper question that did so-called this part about the meanings of assessment.
Are there meanings of assessment that you disagree with? What are they? Are there other meanings of assessment? Finding few sentences. To answer these questions from your perspective, you start with So this middle section, for example, could be research. As an example, let's say, I don't know, in one of the books you read for class, the that author said that the meaning of assessment was to identify the weaknesses a given child is having and understanding material, and for us, the teacher, to guide them onto the path. And that was that author's definition of assessment. And that was something we agreed with as the meaning of assessment. You would cite that source. But otherwise, but it seems that's just sort of the bonus, right? You answer the questions sort of in a structural way. You do those first, which all seem personal. And then in the second portion, you then find actual evidence from outside sources that sort of support how you came to this conclusion with examples. So, for example, perhaps, if you're like, I think assessment is figuring out why someone is struggling and helping them get back onto the right track through purely observational and verbal methods, right? So not handing them a test, but just, being like, hey, Jimmy, can you show me how to do this? And you just see and then don't. Then you bring out, like an example, this author, said that this is a valuable approach because children of this age group respond better to sort of verbal and observational feedback because they don't feel the pressures that are generally included with written tests, something like that. That's kind of the idea that's going on here based off of how this is written.
Okay. And then there was also another one with more questions.
Splendid. Here are some questions and clues. Now, think about an assessment experience you had as a child, student, teacher, parent, etc. By recalling this assessment experience, you begin to form the basis for understanding assessment in a professional sense. The following questions will clues will help you try to remember the one assessment since you were different. Where did the assessment take place? Who did the assessment? What was being assessed? In what context? What caught your attention about the assessment? Do you like it, dislike it, or right? What are the consequences of assessment decisions were to be made and by whom? How did this happen? Why the assessment experience? How does this assessment experience interact with understanding assessment and assessing children? Fair enough. Well, that could get, I guess, it's a slight difference between formative and summative assessment, right? Formative, which is kind of what I've been talking about, is continue helping them try to figure out what's wrong, but not necessarily like providing a grade or something like that. And of course, summative is the final evaluation of you made course, so and so. And it seems any of those are on the table. And that generally positive assessments you have taken in the past help you reflect upon and shape the meaning of assessment for you and in your practice. So the question becomes, was there a type of assessment you've experienced that you enjoyed or did not?
Okay. What I have was I chose one kind of assessment, and then I did briefly mention about the SAT and ACT. But I only mentioned it like kind of briefly in one paragraph, I think it was. And it was mainly about the both that I had did with for assignment in 306. What I need to add more for that, the ACT, SAT one,
So
because it's mainly,
the
I
question,
mainly wrote about the book.
the question becomes, which one is which? Is the ACT one you're writing about as the assessment you experienced that you did not like?
Let's see. This part is what I mentioned about the ACT.
Let's look. The question remains, but I know seems assessments, most assessments, assessments, testing, you schools. Assessments like the ECT and SAT are also used to determine whether students can succeed.
This is the only paragraph I mentioned about these two types of tests.
So when you mentioning the other test, what was it?
The DeBose, I kind of like went more in depth with it, like more detail.
And when you discuss the DeBose test, is this an example of assessment that you
I didn't, it was, I took it it was a homework assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I had to, from that little, DeBose thing, I had to do it on either, kindergarten or first grader, both their reading. And then that little test had 5 sections.
So the DeBose is a type assessment.
Yeah.
The question is, do you, when you're mentioning about that test, is it just about what that test was about?
I think I did kind of mention that I I think we'll come back to the ACT here.
Let's look at the questions. To conclude my personal SPED testing system, let's consider whether students really receive that. As a test that dictates in the appropriate digital health program. Education advisor students are good test takers and really need results from that assessments. However, students are really good test takers receiving other forms of assessment, the stress such as assessment. Okay.
Yeah.
So does that reflect kind of your opinions when you discuss the Devil's test as well? Excuse me, Devil's assessment.
Yeah, because I also in here I mentioned about the stress and anxiety in one of the paragraphs too. So yeah, but I'm not sure if does it seem like I have included the divorce in some way here in this conclusion?
Maybe you don't need to include it in the conclusion. But the question becomes, did you answer what assessment means to you?
I think I have up here. In these paragraphs up here. It's the second paragraph.
Test students. Assessment. So the one thing does an assessment have to be a test? Because
I think I mainly mentioned it as a test throughout the paper, and then like toward the end, I kind of mention about the other options of assessment.
Yeah.
And mainly, I think, and throughout the papers, like mainly thinking about it as a test more than like other formats of it. So,
as long as you make clear to the teacher that you understand that assessment does not equal test, you'll be okay. Because I don't want them to come away with that idea, since especially don't think of it that way. Because of course,
yeah, I think I'm kind of mentioning it at the end, but not really throughout the
because
middle.
of the conversation, right? That like this, right? This could be an assessment. Obviously, I'm not the teacher, but if you have a talk with a teacher, that's definitely an assessment, informal one, but so.
I'll continue it as like there is a form of test and stuff for it.
So the purpose is to test students to see what they learn. Let's go back to the rubric real quick.
Okay.
Next year, so, see, looks how deep understand. Did you talk about how children learn and develop?
I think for that one, may not. Would this part be?
Let's see. Purpose assessment tests to see what they've learned in class and better test the needs of students. Focus more on their teaching concepts and assessing each other. The students are given testing ideas. They've already learned it will be learned in the future. However, students not teaching, give them themselves around some weak child gives them a chance to discover. I think it'd be insufficient
for that part.
For that part, because like there's a lot of like how children actually learn, like how they develop. Right? We hear that people aren't just one type of learner. Right? You get a mix of visual, verbal learning, charts, graphs, color, so on and so forth. I really think the teacher is looking for some type of discussion about that to then connect with why then do you think assessments are tests, right? For example, if you were saying that, it is evident that children learn by being given a written multiple choice test, they can, well, sort of feel out their knowledge and receive immediate feedback in the way of, an answer sheet to reflect upon their errors. Thus, tests as assessment make sense because there's a direct correlation, right? I feel like she's looking for something like that. Bridge how they learn to why assessment then means this.
So it doesn't seem so far I have that.
That portion, correct. As an aside, when is this due?
It was actually due last week, but I wasn't. I had the idea of what to write, but I wasn't fully finished making it into like 4 pages or that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I would add a little bit more about that. And then do you have the ability to, talk with the teacher, have them read it, see what they say?
I have this class today. Yeah.
I would see as well if they could review what you wrote,
Mm-hmm.
or at least discuss it a little.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course,
Yeah.
their assignment, and they may give you a little bit more detail
Yeah.
where
Okay.
they want it to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I can only look at the syllabus, be like, well, here's what you have, and here's what it seems you don't,
Mm-hmm.
versus them going, this is what I want you to give me.
Mm-hmm.
Because that seems to be the only portion that, you know, is for sure, like, missing from looking at the rubric.
Okay.
The examples you seem to have gave us one of the SAT slash ACT, and then you have the Dibbles type assessment, so that's 2 types of examples. The only thing that would be left is then perhaps reflecting on sort of, does it logically flow from one thing to the next, which is something that your teacher can help you with based off, you know, their feedback, right? And then, of course, the subtitles you can then add in the end, because you'll just read through it, and when it seems you finish talking about this part of the rubric, you know that part's over, put in the next subheading.
Okay.
Do you have page numbers?
The so-called little page numbers are right up here, and not sure if that's the correct way to put it. Because I did write a kind of like a paper format of like many pages, like maybe in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I usually put it in the bottom, but fairly certain I'm always wrong. Yeah, it's the top of the page, which is what I thought. Use page function processes a page back to the top. One of the page numbers should show on all pages. The title page carries page number 1. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Page numbers in the correct place. And you wrote in 12-point font, so you at least satisfied those requirements.
So-called my professor wants them to have the right now I do have it double, and then so-called that little at the space before the paragraph, the little piece of spacing. I'm not sure do I have it correctly.
Oh,
Like
so you want to remove the space?
No, I don't want to remove. I want to make sure it's like the correct spacing. Does it look like correct spacing for a paper right now?
Yeah.
Look, not all of them. Like, it looks okay, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's an additional space between each paragraph. But I don't know if your goal was to get rid of it.
It's so far like yeah. I think that's what she's looking for the spacing, but I'm not sure if that's the correct way right now.
Well, so you can highlight the text here. Yeah. And then right click. It's not gonna do the best. All right. Highlight it again. And then we'll go back to spacing. Yeah. And then you could hit remove space before paragraph, and you'll see what I was saying. That like you have an additional space, probably because when you finish the paragraph, you hit enter. Generally in double space, because it's already double space, you don't need that additional line. So for this kind of paper, I could just remove the space? Yeah, remove the additional space if you added one.
I just so-called made that, click this little
Correct.
for all of them.
Yeah, correct. Anytime it looks like there is one, just hit remove space before paragraph.
Oh, so I select everything then? Since everything right now is that one. Yeah, you can see what happens. Yeah, that's what I thought might have happened. Because it may not be like that for every paragraph, and so. This is what I need to fix this.
Yeah, you have to just do paragraph by paragraph.
Okay.
Like, let's just slowly scroll through. So we see that there's one there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. There's one there. Yeah. So it may just be because it was everything but the original, the first paragraph. So I guess highlight everything starting from the bottom. And we're gonna stop. Go down. We don't want that one. And yes, let's see now if nope. Then yeah, we'll just have to do it one by one.
Okay.
A little tedious, but
So it seems like I haven't answered the which part is it? This some parts of the statement here.
correct. It's beginning portions of part 2, which then may influence the perceptions of the remaining. And then you'll want to expand upon in your conclusion to talk more about depending a little bit based on what you say. Obviously, your conclusion will change with the additional information added.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it's this little part around here. Okay.
Largely so, yes. And so I'd encourage, as mentioned, discuss with the teacher today to see if outside of that part, does everything seem to be on track in the way that they desire.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, and because right now my paper is like 5 pages long too.
Yep.
But
That should be all right.
5 pages.
It'll be up to them, as we read, they said 3 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the policy if it runs longer.
Mm-hmm.
So that too will be just a little question to ask them as well.
Okay. I think like some parts of it might be repeating in some ways.
Mhm.
The ideas may be repeated. So yeah. I would need to look at that.
Yeah. Look at that as much as you can before the class. And then just ask the teacher to review it, because they'll give you more pointed feedback as to what, you're lacking in terms of what they're looking for.
Okay. Okay. I think that helps.
And the last thing would be for the title.
Yeah.
It does not need to be underlined.
And I don't think I would need to write the citation because I didn't use any citation. The work study did.
No, yeah, you just use an anecdotal thing and on the doubles test, which will give us assignment. So yeah, you'd be correct. There's nothing for you to cite at the moment.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We need to write up some visit notes very quickly. Visit notes are just little brief summary of what we discussed during the visit because it gets sent to your teacher as an email. And so what did we discuss?
We went over my personal philosophy paper.
It could be personal That's sufficient.
Mhm.
All right, we met in person on the fourth floor of the library. We discussed the personal philosophy paper. I guess paper doesn't need to be capitalized. All right. That snippet will get sent out Saturday evening to your teacher, letting them know you were here, and it'll say that you met at this time with me, and then everything we just wrote out. Otherwise, you are signed out and free to
Okay,
go.
thank you.
Yep. Just ask those questions to the teacher when you see them. And it'll give you a better idea of exactly what you might have to add or move around.
Okay, thank you. You too.
That's my phone charging over there.
Hmm.
How's your week been?
Been okay.
Good. Okay is good. Sometimes that's all you can get.
Hmm.
Where are we at? You're good. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wanna sit over there?
Yeah, I'll come over there.
What are we gonna work on today?
Is I just sent it. Yes.
What is this for?
What?
I report what we do, what we work on. This software called Bloom. I think they send it to you.
There's so-called, from
get-
what I hear from the writing one, they so-called send it on Saturday, on the weekends
Yeah.
to the teachers, but like somehow they're gonna send somehow it'll be to us too.
I thought they did.
But I never got the
You've never
little,
gotten it?
I don't know.
This was teachers.
Because the teachers know I've been going to tutoring. But-
Of course. You got 2 Bs. Yes. Congratulations. Did you send this in the drive or did you send this as an email?
It might be in your email and maybe drive to.
Sure. Field trip assignment,
Yeah.
is this you?
Mhm.
Okay, what do we got?
This has many parts, so
Oh, of course. You always give me things that are so challenging.
but I haven't gone on this so-called field trip to do the field trip part. But I need to go on the field trip.
Okay, what does that mean for you in this class?
Because this one I need to write a lesson plan, a little micro lesson, part of it, and a reflection of it is also part of it, and then
You have different rules. You're the one who's pink.
yeah, yeah, I have to do many parts.
Okay,
There's like
what do we got? So when does this due?
this one's like due in 2 weeks. Yes.
Where do you have to go on your field trip?
Is it either it has to relate to science, math, or social studies, so it can
Okay.
be anywhere with those like subjects.
In a school? Your trip needs to be in a school situation?
I so-called me go and to visit, and then like so-called from what I saw, try to make it like if I brought a little classroom or like I went with a class to that little place.
Okay, is somebody else in your class doing this too? Or are you gonna go to with another student to observe?
This little assignment is like
It's not little, it's 50 points.
yeah, those
This is not a
many
little thing.
components. Yeah.
I know, but the big one is you gotta find a classroom that you can observe.
Not a classroom, but like a field trip museum or a zoo or somewhere to go to see.
To see what?
So like so cool. I think it's this little paper thing or presentation little thing is so cool. I go visit and get ideas of how I would like teach the like give a experience what will happen something like that.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff for this paper,
Yeah, okay.
many
I'm gonna
parts.
visit, blah, blah, blah. And complete 5 related assignment components, including a pre-trip research, site visit, observation and documentation during the visit, post-trip reflection, and a micro lesson that you are going to create so that you can document how to do this. So
That part is like last time those that lesson plan paper.
yeah.
That's the last part.
Okay.
Number 5.
So where do you want to go? Where are you going to go? What do you do? Have you thought about it?
It was I know so-called some of the museums are free on certain days.
Zoo is free every day.
Yeah, the zoo for sure. The Lincoln Park Zoo for sure is free every day. I know next week we're all off on Wednesday.
Yeah, why?
Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
I'm already off on Wednesday, so I don't get a day off.
Lincoln.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, the school is closed, and yeah.
Okay, so what museum would be interesting to you?
Because I think I can get a little pass from the library, the public library.
If you take your brother with you.
Get
What else
the
you
little
got
pass.
in Museum, 3 days.
Because
Sure,
they're
Bob.
different for each month. I'm not sure which
Hey, I
museum.
got this right here. What do we got? 3 days in museum, Art Institute, City Pass. Look at how the races say, check out, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's the Art Institute. They are free
Then
Monday,
maybe.
Thursday, and Friday.
Mhm.
Monday, Thursday, and Friday, January through March 14th. Okay, and you're free on Wednesday.
Yeah, unless I so-called take a day off from the
Wednesday,
daycare.
the
Because next
planetarium is open for free.
is
Yeah,
in the evening instead.
that's in the evening. What else? What's the date for next Wednesday?
The 12th.
Okay, that's not free then.
It's
Every
that
Wednesday, the Field Museum is free, January through March.
with you.
The Field Museum is not too far from where you're at,
Yeah,
in Chinatown.
yeah.
You can get there easy on bus.
Yeah.
Do you work on Wednesday mornings?
This Wednesday, the whole school's closed, so the
So
daycare.
the daycare's closed
Yeah.
too? Awesome.
So maybe the film
Go to the
museum.
Field Museum. Have you ever been there? Probably when you were little.
I went with my brothers, not that recent, but I think I did go with them not when they're recent, but not very recent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we got this. You're gonna
Maybe go there then.
go over there, and they have lots of things set up for kids too, so you can observe something for kids.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to check and see if they
Then
got any programs?
Yeah, I know so-called some other exhibits you need to pay if you,
No, you don't need to go to those.
because so-called, I know like when the school goes to that few museum, sometimes they buy the tickets for those exhibits sometimes. So maybe I will go to the film museum next week.
See what we got. Midweek blues. The field is free on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays. Blah 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 blah. But I want to see if they have any classes or anything. Okay, here we go. Part of the series.
Because when I'm there, I also will need to take some pictures for one section of it.
Okay.
Their part. Observation and documentation.
Don't you want to observe if they have any classes or anything on the free days?
Let's see. For that observation section that's
What do you have to observe?
With the pictures, document the exhibits, activities, or experience that align with what I'm planning to uh write in the lesson plan, I think it is called.
Okay.
And then document your observation from your visit using guiding questions above.
What does it say?
The site visit. You should be an active visitor during your site visit. Participate in exhibit and activities yourself, as well as observe other people that's there, mainly the children, and then engage with the experience, and then make sure to write notes about what I saw and how you and others engage in the experience. Consider the following question as a guide. How does the design of the experience support content learning? What kinds of behavior did you observe in others that demonstrate this learning? What did other visitors talk about or interact with that elicit the particular learning you noted? How might you imagine your own students engaging in the experience? How will you create content-specific experience for students in this setting? Know anything about the experience that could be easily replicated in the classroom?
Yeah. This is what I'm
Mhm.
looking to see. If they have families. Everything's on Thursday, 13th. Well,
I know for next week I don't have classes.
no.
It's
I'm looking to see if they have any free programs that day so that you can observe
Mhm.
how did they do the programs for
Mhm.
that day. Okay,
Mhm.
activity, what do they got? Okay, let's call them. Then you can get this plan and then you can just say, okay, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, because I need to do a research part. That's
I know.
the first section of it.
I hear that. Let's see if they have any programs that are going next Wednesday.
Okay.
And then you can get free tickets for it while you're there.
Yeah.
They answer their phone. Well, so far they're not answering their phone. Let's see. Field Museum. Program office. Phone. Number. Here we go. The phone number. We got a different number. So, general inquiries. We want that. We want Field Museum. I spelled the word program wrong. I'm gonna put this down. Maybe. Jen, what's your email, Mandy?
You can put my school one.
School, of course. M. Chen,
MS.
SHEN,
Yes.
and then what?
At NEIU.
Just Chen? You're the only Chen here?
Apparently, yes.
Wow. Hi, how are you, Alejandro? I'm good too. What's your phone number?
773-747-9906.
What can we help you with? Lessons, making decisions. Educator and field trip information is what you're looking
Mm-hmm.
for. Greetings. I am there. Any free programs planned for Wednesday, February 12th. President's Day, right?
Lincoln's birthday.
Lincoln's birthday. Interested in observing how school-aged programs are conducted at the museum. correct?
Yes.
Thank you. 10. Okay, sponsor. Not answering this. But I would think that they would have something going. Let's try one more time. Oh, got it. How about Chinese? You gotta go early in the day. Hi, Bo. This is Joyce Poole, and I'm looking to get some information about visiting next week, Wednesday, which is Lincoln's birthday on the 12th, and I have a class assignment where I need to observe public programs in a museum environment. And I'm hoping that you have something free during the day that I could just observe, go and participate and observe. Is there anything planned?
Here, they usually take place between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Free tours. Do you have any programs set up that would work with like families or kids?
I mean, yeah, those are welcome for anybody, so anyone could participate in them.
Okay. Is there anything scheduled because it's a public holiday? You know, like understanding anything further, like how do you work in the dinosaurs or anything like that?
Nothing beyond those tours, no.
Nothing beyond the tours. Do you need to register for it?
No, you can just come up and show up to the tours when they start.
Great. What time do they start again? I'm sorry. Is it right after opening?
You can check the exact times that they're determined at the start of the day, but they're usually between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So you can just show up in the morning and then check the schedule.
Very good. Bo, thank you very much for the information. That's exactly what I need. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
Bye
much.
now. Okay. So write this down. You got this. So what do you have to do on the pre-research?
For the pre-research, research the exhibits, activities and stuff.
Okay.
Um,
What do we got for, what's the current exhibit?
you can look at the website of the museum or zoo.
Okay. Look at pull up the field museum. This is easy.
Mm-hmm.
This part is easy. Get this done so that when Wednesday comes around, you can show up.
Mm.
Let's see what we got. Museum current exhibits, right?
Mm.
What do we got? Cats and Predators are on through April. Chicago's led, I don't know, through March 9th. What is this? I don't either. What do we got? Oh, what? Chicago's
United
experience.
Experience.
Wow. Do they have something going on there? That'd be really cool to see. That'd be pretty cool. Wow. Included with basic admission, closes March 9th.
So this is one of the
Exhibits that they have. So you want to write that down so that you definitely want to see what they have for the whole exhibit.
and see if
It's a basic exhibit so you can understand more about it.
Chicago.
Native Hawaiian people are an indigenous group from the Philippines.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I know some of the food is kind of similar to the.
it's similar to Chinese food. It's spicy, it's salty and sweet.
I never been to Hawaii. I only been to like Hong Kong and China.
Yeah. But this is the same sort of thing. And Hawaii also is an island similar to Hong Kong. So it's very, like their language and everything is built into their intergenerational. So that would be a good exhibit that you want to see.
Try to put it that way.
I know I'm going to go to it. I'm free on Wednesdays. I'll make that happen. Okay, what other exhibit do they have? Topics, cats and predators.
Is that one? That's
Cats.
these kind of all access.
I don't know. Let's see. Requires all access pass. You have an all access pass. When you walk in for your membership for free on the free day, it will give you the all access pass. Yes. So you can see this exhibit too. Are you interested in animals?
With that's so close.
Yeah, you could probably, well, I don't know. Carnivores, the domestic cats and paws signs, blah, blah, blah. Learn about the characteristics of cats, big and small, walk dynamic. Dioramas of dozens of felines frozen in time. Oh, yeah. Spot their furry friends and a fan submission of the photograph. This is an interactive exhibit. Perfect for science, history, and pop culture.
If this one is free also, then I think this one.
This would be good? Okay. Well, you want to put down the
cats.
Yeah, cats. And you can spin it as a science. Okay.
I think so. Right now, there may be.
Window. Okay. Ooh, yes, scary picture. Okay. Not going back. Not going there next week. Right. Get this. Okay. Audubon birds. You like birds?
There is so-called a little arts and crafty thing, but like it's for
For next week, Wednesday?
yeah.
Did you find it?
I see like little for like maybe Valentine's Day activity, like
Okay.
ladybug story time and craft.
Oh, that would be ideal.
Yeah, but I don't think because they're off on President's Day, so I don't really have a brother to bring with me to do this too. So I don't know.
Well, why don't you just go?
Yeah,
Why don't you just go and observe it?
yeah. I think this one will
Okay,
be.
where did you see this?
Where did I go?
Did you see it under tickets?
I think I somehow went to the homepage and found the event. Put that in. I think it was around here. It was happening.
Where'd you see it?
The browse that you
Browse events. Okay, and on next week, Wednesday. Illinois Play Lab. Okay. So it's okay. You can just go to this.
And then so come maybe observe the kids there.
Yeah. That would be a good idea. Observe how the teacher interacts with the kids.
Even when the leading them.
Yeah,
But I will need to get a map too, make sure I find it.
okay,
So, like, what time will I?
okay.
Have
It says it's at 11 to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they open, I don't know, what time do they say they open? 9 o'clock?
Because I might for that day
Ah,
wake up early still.
okay.
It's a maybe 9 to 5 every day.
Okay, I think this is. Right. Okay, let's call this guy back, okay? See if they'll answer their.
For information in Spanish, please press 4. The Field Museum is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with last admission at 4 p.m. For admission rates and information, direction. We are located on Chicago's Museum campus near the Southwood neighborhood at 1400 South Lakeshore Drive. Near Lakeshore Drive is Roosevelt Drive.
It says drop into the Crown Family Play Lab for free activities, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's gotta be on, it's gotta be when you get there.
Yeah. I think I might have walked past it when I was walking with my brother before and my mom. Yeah.
Hi, I'm looking to get information regarding the play lab for next week, Wednesday. Whether or not you need to whether or not you need to register in advance or. Oh, you can. Great. I've got a class assignment that I need to observe how museums do coursework and programs and engage kids. I'm trying to learn how to be a teacher. It's okay to just stop by and watch? Or do I need to get there early and coordinate with the teacher or something? Okay. But just generally get there a little bit earlier. It's scheduled from 11 till 12 on the 12th. Oh, okay. What would it help to talk to them in advance? Or, I appreciate it very much. It's a, just, oh, it's good. Somewhere to. So, why I just. Hello? Hello?
Is there still like a little waiting thing? Huh?
I don't know. I think I lost it. I think you'll be okay. Get there a little bit early.
Okay.
Just be over there by the PlayStation.
Okay.
What's the next piece to
Um, I'm gonna make my own little objectives and stuff for it. It's so for kind of the start of the lesson. For this first part.
start?
Like the objectives.
Hi, Bo. This is Joyce Poole again. Can I speak to somebody in education, please? I want to just make sure whether to register for the play lab. Thanks, Bo. I appreciate it much. Thanks, Bo. Good, Sam.
Hmm.
Oh, you sure may. I'm looking at coming to the play lab on next Wednesday, on President's Day for observation. I'm learning how to be a teacher. And I'm wondering if, is that okay to do, to observe it, or do I need to register or just talk to the people that are conducting the play lab so that they're okay with this? Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. You want to talk to? Are you okay with me talking?
You can talk.
Mine, say.
Hmm. Hmm.
They will think differently when you show up on Wednesday. You want to talk?
Oh,
Okay, so what are you supposed to do? Observe it and then write an essay response to it?
yeah. Yeah, that's mainly writing, a lot of writing.
Oh, what kind of writing?
The lesson plan. Oh, this is part of the lesson plan.
So you're going to observe this, and then you're going to write a lesson plan similar. What?
So I think
Missing.
I'm so supposed to have an objective of what I'm trying to get from this field trip.
Because you got two exhibits that you can observe here. The wine thing and the cat thing, and then this is an interactive activity with cats. Here, they switched up.
Hello.
Hi. Are you in the play lab?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joyce Poole and I have Mandy Chan with me. We're students up at Northeastern and we're learning how to be teachers for preschool ages. And one of the assignments is that we need to observe how curriculum is put together at like a museum. And we thought we'd come next Wednesday for the play lab because it's available from 11 to 12 and the museum is free on Wednesday. And I just wanted to touch base to find out, is that okay to do, or do we need to sign up, or?
Okay, we got Wednesdays are Wednesdays are a little busy
for us, because it's a free day, and then we're also facilitating some programming. Are you guys just observing?
Yes.
Or are you, okay, just strictly observing?
Observing, and then the end of the assignment is to write a small tutorial about how you would implement like a public small learning exercise.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, my name's Elaine. I'm the early childhood program coordinator here.
Hi,
We did have a
Elaine.
manager. We did have a manager, but she recently left after the have been working here for about 2 years since it reopened. So we've had to rebuild a lot. So I'd love, yeah, to talk to you guys kind of about like the processes and things that we do here at the museum. So next Wednesday, we have our Play Lab Play Day starting at 11. It's going to be a little story time and then a craft afterwards that you're welcome to observe. The following Wednesday, though, however, we'll probably have a much higher turnout. And that one is in partnership with the Chicago Public Library, which we do a lot. But up to you guys.
Awesome. This is really cool. I think next Wednesday is going to work best because we're off of school that day.
Oh, nice.
So, and if we run into a schedule, Elaine, if we run into a schedule conflict, should we? Oh, we're not signing up with you directly. Duh. We're nothing formal. I was going to say for sure. I know Mandy is coming. Mandy
Okay,
Chen.
yeah. Well, why don't you join me front desk here at the playback? And when we have what we call unattended adults, they don't have
Without
kids
children.
yeah, we tend to, stop them and let them know that it's only for guests with young kids. So I can make sure that the front desk has your all's names.
Oh,
and
awesome. That's why I thought I better call to ask.
yeah, so Mandy is someone that is coming.
Yes, she's also in the program. Her last name is Chen, Shen.
Awesome. And then your name was Joyce.
Joyce Poole, Poole.
Awesome. Well, I have your all's names here, and if you want to email me if anything changes, I can give you my email.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your email, Elaine?
It's Kelley, Kelley, at fieldmuseum.org.
At fieldmuseum.org. Perfect.
Yeah.
Kelly, or Elaine, thank you so much. I'm glad I thought to call first.
Yeah, thank you. Glad that we caught you because you're just closing down.
Awesome.
We're open 10 to 3:30.
Oh, cool. Those are nice hours.
Thanks for thinking of us. They are nice hours. Yeah.
Very cool. Elaine, thank you so much. You have a good night.
You too.
And look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So I will write her. Let me put a note on my calendar to write her on Monday to say, I'm not coming, but you're coming. Yeah. And then this is what you have to do afterwards. Mandy, you have to write her a thank you note because this is what you do. It's professional protocol. Okay? So you just thank her for being a wonderful host and letting you observe. Good, I'm glad we did that. Okay, we got this done. Let me put a note over here to me to write. On Monday. Right, Elaine. I don't know how to spell. Kelly at Field Museum. Did you say it was .org or dot? Yeah, it is .org.
Yeah, .org. Museum.org.
Only Mandy is coming. Okay, you've got this now.
This one is kind of like for kids in
3 to 6 year olds.
like
Which is
kindergarten, preschool age.
Yeah, so this is exactly the age group that you want to observe.
Yeah.
Okay, so get to the museum early and go talk to Elaine, because it may take a little bit of time to find the play lab and stuff. Okay. In fact, let's write her a thank you note right now and just say thank you so much for. So glad we talked, so that it solidifies it. Okay, let me get over here. Where's the email on Joyce's email? fieldmuseum.org. I spelled the Field Museum. FIELDMUSEUM. Is that correct?
Using the ending of
How do you spell it?
the last part.
Fieldmuseum.org. Okay. We got this. Thank you. Observe your playland. What's the date? The 13th? Well, that way she knows you're actually students. Okay. Here's Mandy Cannon. You're under 7?
That's
I knew that. Look at this. Which one's right for you?
they're both to me.
Okay.
I don't know why there's somehow always for everyone there's a dash but the first name. Both of those go to me too.
What's our teaching class?
This is ECED 355.
Okay, what the heck does that mean?
This is
Education?
early education, early childhood education.
Okay. We got this. I've never done that before. Okay, did I write that right? Thank you. Okay, done. Okay, Mandy, you're set. We got this homework rocking.
Okay.
What else you got? We got a couple minutes before the next gal comes and she's very. What do we got? Field trip assignment, document due, la 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 la. Okay, so to be on the safe side, I would make it a point of seeing that cat exhibit in case you didn't get enough information from this.
Mm-hmm.
Because while you're there, just double up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, you should be an active visitor. You are an active visitor. Be sure to write notes, what you notice about how you and the others engage in the experience. Consider the following questions as a guide. How does the design and the experience support the content learning? What kinds of behaviors did observe in others and demonstrated this learning? This is going to be easy. You're going to knock this out and get 50 points on this. This is going to be the cornerstone for this class.
This is the one, big one.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Okay, we got this. What else you got?
The one after this one is like a math game.
Math thing?
It's either with a partner or by myself, but like it seems like by myself is too much.
A math, like
Math?
2 plus 2?
Yeah, those like make it like learning centers.
Okay.
Create a game like where you'll be using those little learning centers.
Do you know anything about that?
I think this one this has there's a lot to
Okay, well, talk to me about it because you know what my first thought is? They have a big math lab here for students. And because every student has to pass basic math class, I would think talking to somebody who's doing tutoring work over in the math lab would tell you how to do it. You know, because they deal with people who don't understand how to do basic math and they have to help them get past their fear of math.
Mhm.
Just an idea, because they will tell you some ideas for games. That's here on this floor. Yeah, it's over there. And just ask them if you can talk to somebody to get some ideas for like what kind of math games to create for little kids and stuff, or people that are intimidated by math.
I also can make a name for the game too.
Oh, that's easy.
A name and then like the math concepts and then what grade and age and then all the other stuff that's needed for this game.
I think you could do that. That might be a good place to start though, rather than watching YouTube videos and stuff. Because this is right here on the same floor at the library.
Okay.
Okay. Also, if they're like, no, go away, don't talk to me. You know, Catherine, the tutor here, she's on Wednesdays.
Catherine?
Catherine. I don't know what her last name is.
Is she the one
The
that
one always sits right here.
Mhm.
She used to run the tutor program. She ran the whole thing. She would have some ideas about how to do something around math.
Because this one is due in the week 8, but this is like the next one after this
Yeah.
future paper.
Well, this is you're gonna get this one knocked out of the park. We got this.
This one is also like a paper too. Even so, if I work with a partner, I have to write my own
You have to write your own
paper.
representation.
But like we present the game as a two people.
Okay, you can get ahead on this. You can get ahead by talking to people to get this, and take notes on whatever they tell you, and put it on the drive, and then we'll work on it. Okay? Because do you remember like last semester you were going to do stuff with other students and everything kind of just blew up?
So, yeah. The so-called this time around, I do see some of them from the one before.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to them yet about so-called
You know
these
what?
little assignments.
I think you do your own work. Okay. And then they will want to do things with you. Because you got this.
And because for the today's class one that I also have to do one assignment that is like have to be paired
Yeah.
into me with another classmate.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not sure if there anyone else because last week we didn't have class. So this one.
You know what? The girls, the women that were in last week, that last semester that were your partners, don't go to them, okay?
I don't see them this
Okay,
semester.
because they were not good team people, okay? So when you meet the other students, check them out to see if they would be good team people, okay? Because you don't want to be in that situation again. I'm sure it felt really awful.
Yeah.
You
For my end, I kind of like I was stressed out.
Yeah.
I was worried. Like, am I doing it right?
Yeah. So you want to find a good partner, somebody who knows how to be in a team and who knows how to do the homework. And for the math assignment, though, on the front end, my recommendation, it's only a recommendation, is go talk to those guys and get ahead of this and get this as close to being ready to go so that it doesn't all bottle up around this team project time.
Okay.
Okay. Just as an idea how to get there.
Okay, yeah.
And Wednesday, you're okay. I made a calendar entry. I will write Elaine on Tuesday and say, I'm sorry, I've got a conflict, but Mandy is coming and she will look for you. Okay, you got this for Wednesday.
Okay.
Good job. What class is this for? I'm going to write the teacher on that Blemen thing.
This is 355.
This is
the ECED 355.
ECD. Do you think the teachers get this?
They do so-called get it. So they know I did code to the tutor second.
Is there anybody else in school? Chen? No. You're the only Chen. What does Chen mean?
I don't.
Have you ever asked your dad?
Uh,
Ask your dad what your last name means.
because we only for the Chinese part the only like the middle or the last character for us four is different. But with my second brother, the first brother, his little name in English is similar. Just the O is in the WOEI. So he have what I have, but he have an O with his. He's white and I'm Wei. So
You're white. He's Y.
he's white and then I'm Wei.
You're WEI.
Yeah, and then my second brother, he's YU, U, like fish in Chinese, and
What
then
does YEI mean?
huh?
What does your name mean?
Uh, I don't know.
Ask your dad.
My first brother is like kind of like hello, kind of the way it sounds, kind of hello, hi, and then the last one is happy, LOK, happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Log, happy.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, happy.
Cool. Ask your dad what your name is.
He's for my English name. It was he that said my name,
You set your name?
and then for my first brother, it was my mom, and then my dad liked the at the ending sound, so that's why my other brothers is yeah
Because of the sound.
the NIX. Yeah, the first one is Felix, so FELIX, and then the second one is Venix, VINIX. Last one is ENIX. Phoenix. Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah. So my younger ones, my mom made them to make it sound similar to Felix with the X sound.
With the X sound on the end.
So like, yes,
I was gonna say, did your mom name you or your dad name you?
I think,
Cause you're the only girl.
yeah, the English is my dad. Um, the Chinese, I think it might be, I'm not sure who really is one of them, but my English is my dad.
Ask them both and find out who they named you after. Cause names are so important.
Because Soko, I have a similar as one of the famous actress, the sound, the way the writing of the name is similar
With
to,
kanji on it?
yeah, actress. So maybe that's where that way came from.
Ask them. That would be cool to know. Cause it doesn't make, your name is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And if your parent, Chinese culturally, choosing names are a really important activity.
Yeah.
They probably talked about it for months.
Yeah, so cool. Like when my mom had my first younger brother, they were like asking me, "What do I want to name the kid?" Well, but like I don't know. You're the parent. You're supposed to know what you want to name the kid more than me.
Well, how old were you?
I was in third grade when she had my first younger brother.
Wow, you got to be a only child for a long time.
Yeah, they said they wanted to have one, but
It didn't
it
work.
didn't happen until like 2007, and then like a few more years in 2012, the second one came, and then 2 more years after, another one, the final one came.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That is cool. You got to be an only kid for a long time.
Yeah, so like when
Makes you really
yeah,
more-
and then I play with my younger cousins more, and then like more bonding with the younger cousins because I didn't have no siblings. So.
Yeah, you would play with cousins more.
The younger ones, and then maybe the one or two of the older cousins too. Yeah.
Very cool. You got cousins older than you too?
For one of my mom's siblings, they have like almost like 98, 96, and 97. So
Oh yeah. They're just a little bit ahead of you.
yeah, so I have a 98 one. She's just 2 months older than me. She's born September 17th in 98. And then another one, the 97 is May 24th. And then the older 96 one is in January, the 30th or 30.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, last
You had
month.
a lot of sisters and cousins, Land.
Yeah,
Did they grow up close to you guys?
those three, the year so close.
Yeah.
I was more close to those compared to the other ones. They're like the parents live in the suburbs.
Oh, okay.
So like
you wouldn't
it's
see them too often.
one of them, the older sister, my mom, her kids. When we have to go visit, we have to so-called ask permission. Can we come to visit that kind? And then one like she's kind of bit weird. Her whole family's a bit weird. Even so-called one of her oldest kid flew all the way to California and stay there, didn't come back at all.
Wow.
Her experience growing up was very bad, so she stayed over
That's
because of her family.
every family is different. Everybody always thinks, oh, it looks like something on TV. It doesn't. Every family is goofy.
Yeah.
Every family has goofiness.
Mhm.
But that's cool that you had cousins that were about the same age as
Yeah,
you.
for what with my mom's side, my dad's side, they're like in their 20s when I was a little kid, or like yeah,
They're baby.
yeah,
They babysit you.
yeah. But not really. For yeah, kind of yeah. For maybe they're young.
When
One
they're
of
like 10 or 12, that's when they start to be like help cousins by watching kids and stuff. But they're
yeah on
not
my
gonna
from
play
my
with you.
dad's side. Yeah.
That's cool.
Uh,
Are they all girls?
um, for one of the family, they had like 3 girls, 2 boys. For one of my dad's side brother, and then some other of his brother's kids were like adopted. So and then since back then in China you can only have one kid.
Yeah.
They that brother had two daughters, but the younger one they had to give it to their other sister.
They share the wealth.
They gave it to their sister instead. So like they have one so called they gave birth to two, but have kept one, and they gave the the second kid to their sister, their older sister
Nice.
instead. To
To take care
Yeah.
of them and raise them.
Yeah.
That's nice. And they're close enough that they can share, you
yeah,
know. Good
Yeah.
job. You have a good family.
yeah. My dad had lots of siblings, but they died of diseases or got bit by a dog. So
Yeah.
I have rabies. He had a set of twin brothers, but like they died of what they got bit by dogs. So in China,
Yeah, things are different in
Yeah.
different places.
he had like many siblings, but like they passed away. The young when they were young. So, yeah.
They died early. That's cool. You had cousins that were about the same age as you.
Yeah, that three were kind of, but the older one, the 96 one, I'm more close with him compared to the young
The other one.
sisters, the girls.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Because it seems like I play with the brother more than the sisters.
Huh.
Yeah, for some reason.
It's cool. That is cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And I see Ginger is here next. So
I did the cookie class.
yeah, and you know what? Have a really good time at the fields. And don't forget, write Elaine a note afterwards, okay? Because that's real. She's making a relationship with you, and she may be beneficial. Like when you finish school, maybe you'll get a job at the field museum and help out that group. You never know. You want, you know.
Yeah, for that future assignment, that teacher used to work at the Shed Aquarium in one of those like little
So that's
programs.
probably why they
She wanted to give
recommended
this
that.
like this field trip assignment.
Yeah,
She
that
worked
makes
in like
sense.
one of the museums before.
Because that's another way of introducing programs to kids. Good job. You're on good standing. And
Thank you.
thank you. We'll go get Ginger and get her going. Then I'm gonna get my homework done.